because I just want to sort of just make a wee sort of statement here to all you in terms of acknowledging Stuart. I felt the way he conducted himself after the game on Saturday was magnificent. I've been in here for a couple of days now and seeing the way people speak about him, his attention to detail, his organisation skills, and speaking to the players, and a few of the players have said, we let him down. It's really a hard act to follow in terms of me coming in and finding faults in it to try and, right, that's where I can get the gold dust on the guys. So I think it's only fair to acknowledge him. But we're in a results business. But that's what I'm saying, even me coming in to say, right, that's not right, that's not right. That is not the case, where you can say, can get in there and get the gold dust on them. So, I think I had to acknowledge that.
That's very good of you, John. I think it's true. I mean, I think universally amongst the press that cover the north of Scotland, we were all gutted for him. He's a great guy.
Yes, and you can see that, and I think he cares so much. And me speaking to the players, when you do your people skills and speak to your players one-on-one, to get to know the players, and asking, not one of them says a bad word. And in fact, a lot of them say, we've let them down. So that just tells you, but as you say, it's a results business and we're in. But I had to acknowledge that. I really do have to acknowledge that, because I've come in and looking for faults and looking for this, and how can I make that? And there's nothing there. I found nothing, absolutely nothing. And that's all due to Stuart and the attention. I'm saying, what can we do this? It's done. Can we do this? And that's due to even the coaching staff that are left behind. Real hard workers, attention to detail, got their finger right on the pulse.
John, congratulations. It's fantastic to see you back in football at this level. Absolutely thrilled for you. From my lay position, you've got more than enough talent in that Ross County squad today to get yourself off the bottom of the league. I take it you're just relishing this challenge.
Oh, 100%, 100%. But I'm in here. I'm delighted to be back up in the Highlands. A community I know very well. Really enjoyed myself up here the last time. I've missed it. I had to say that when I left. I missed it. So it's absolutely great to be back up and looking forward to the challenge. But I'm under no illusions how hard it's going to be. And if I tell you a bit about the players and what I'm seeing, it's quite easy to assess it after a couple of days, and I've done a lot of talking one-on-one. That's what a manager does, people skills, try to sort of find out their character and who's got the courage. And one thing I will say, what I'm seeing on the pitch is we're underperforming for one reason, because I'm seeing quality on the training pitch. I'm seeing them taking information on board and try to, take it, be it the terminology that I use, and they get it. In the session that we done this morning, gone in the Celtic game, the education side of it, what we need to do, and they're all bouncing off each other. So that's all there. But there's also another side to it, and I feel for them because they're honest and they're authentic. And what I'm seeing, hard working. All right, they'll get a lift when a new manager comes in, and everybody thinks. And I've said that to them. We all start afresh, and our season starts from now. But I'm seeing honesty and authentic. But there's another side to it that you feel for them because of the position we're in. But we've only got ourselves to blame, and the reason for that is the two goals. We can't score there, and we can't keep it out there. So that is self-explanatory, what we've been working on.
You've got a great start against Celtic. The club have got a wee bit of history with them recently. Hopefully they'll have had a few bevies on Sunday night, and you'll be catching them at a good time. No chance. I think it'll be the total opposite. I think Celtic will be getting a lift for winning Scottish Cup, doing what they've done domestically. Absolutely fantastic achievement. And I think they'll get a right lift for that. I don't know the team. They might have to be going into extra time. We might have to rest one or two. But we have to take, inspiration for the last time we went there and got a fantastic result. So you can do it once, you can do it twice. But like anything else, going to Parkhead, you have to carry your luck and you need to take your chances when it comes. So hopefully that'll be the same. But
it's an inspiration. It's an inspiration. But on the other hand, you know, if you get Celtic on their day, then you can be on a, you can get a sore one. But no matter what, the game plan's in place. Score a goal, it doesn't change. Lose a goal, it doesn't change. And let's let no Celtic are in a game.
Hi, John. Congratulations on your appointment.
Cheers.
I take it that obviously there's been a lot of sort of speculation about Ross Stewart's future these last few weeks. Is that your first job as boss, is to try and make sure you can keep hold of him through January and
I've spoke to him. What will be will be. We'll have to sit down after this. What will be, but I've spoke to him in terms of what his future is. He's easy. He's easy with it in terms. And I says to him, I had the same situation with Graham Shinney at Inverness when he signed a pre-contract for Aberdeen, but he stayed to the end of the season, and he was absolutely outstanding for that back end of the season. And the big age is the exact same. I spoke to him. He says, "Listen, I'm just concentrating on the football." And I tipped my hat to him, because looking for far and look in, there's no getting. You'll never question his attitude and his commitment for Ross County. So what will be will be. And he says that one thing. He says, if it's to the end of the season, he says, "I'm happy to do that." So we'll have to sit down and see what's best for the club.
Can you afford to lose a player of his ability though in January, given the position you're in?
Right at this moment in time, no. I would have to be honest and say no. But sometimes the business side takes over. And I've said to him, in terms of his mindset, it's affecting him. And I've never seen that. I've never ever seen that. So, and that's all credit to him. That's all credit to him. But football, the way it changes every day, and who knows, we might even add one to help him out, and he might still be here. But so, and I've spoke to him, and he's even in training, what I've seen in training, lively boy. He plays a part in the dressing room in terms of leading by example. So we'll deal with it when it comes.
Is that a discussion that perhaps you have to have more with Roy than just in the basis that you can't?
I'm just in the door, and it's not a discussion I've had. I'm just delighted to keep him. Mm-hmm. And we'll get over that Christmas period, and I don't even know if there's been a bid put in. It's all speculation. So until I sit down with the chairman and we sort of says, and there is a bid on the table, then we have to sit down and weigh up the pros and cons. One thing the chairman says to me, we don't have to sell. So the chairman says that when I touched on it, says, because I knew there was interest, but speculation. Chairman says, don't have to sell. Says, thanks very much, chairman. So that's it. And the big and ready to play his part for now at the end of the season. So we're leaning towards more him still being here at the end of the season.
John, can I ask, on a personal level, good to see you again after all this time. On a personal level, obviously you've been out of the game for a good, 3 years there. Can you sort of summarise how frustrated and how you felt during that period, and then contrast that with now and how excited you are for the project going on?
First and foremost, I'll say that I enjoyed my times at Inverness, and we both brought great success. And if I can do that at Ross County through the time, I know that we know what the short-term objective is, and in the long term, if I can do that with Ross County, then I'll be successful. But there was a number of reasons that I felt it was time, and this is honest, I wanted to take time. I want to see my kids growing up. I love football. There's nobody more passionate in football than me, but I wanted to see the girls grow up. I'd done that. There was also my wife's parents were in, the two of them were in the home suffering with dementia. And every time I went home, I could see the strain on her looking after the girls at that age, at 15. And the girl, and seeing that strain, and I sort of says to myself, and then even up at Inverness, maybe I'm looking at it and saying, did I take it as far as I could? And all the players were leaving and move on, something that would never stand in anybody's way. And then maybe saying, and I always promised myself I would want to see my family grow up and get back to the women's. So at the end of that season, I says, I'm coming back for a couple of years. And I promised just to myself just to chill out and take a couple of years off. And it was only possible in the last year, because I've always kept in touch with the game in terms of being a tutor for the SFA, doing work for the BBC, co-commentary, and all that and doing it. So you always keep your toe in the water and keep in touch with players. But over it was, and Martin, I'm telling you honestly, there was one or two jobs that I had the chance to go and take, and I went, no, that's not the right one for me. It had to be the right one. Everybody knows Ross County, the facilities, what we've got here, and the chairman, and it's a well-run, good football club. And when that chance opportunity come up, I just went, that's the one. If I could get that, that's the one for me. So a real fire in the belly, to a real desire in the belly to get going and help the players along. And that's what I'm in here for, to manage a club, but to help the players along. And then I've said that under no illusions. The task in front of us, it's a massive task. But what I'm saying, I think we'll get a right good go. What
have you maybe learned in that time off that you could bring that might be different from what you had at Inverness?
Well, I study. In terms of my style of football at Inverness, I think it was to be admired. The success we got doing that, I think that goes unnoticed a little bit. If you we played some real good football. And I'm just looking at here, and although we've got real good footballers, what I'm seeing, we're just suffering at the moment. So I have to help them along and come up with a shape and a system that they're suited to. And that's what I've sort of learned. You don't ask them to do in terms of their mental mindset, just where we are fighting for our lives. Just try and simplify it and help them out and let them know I'm in it with them. And honestly, there's two ways of managing: the carrot and the big stick. The big stick, no doubt, will come out, but I think more of the carrot and letting them know, do your people skills, being in it with them. And you show you've got a bunch of players that say, I want to go and give it everything I've got for that guy because he's honest and fair with me. And no matter what, see if we get beat, what I'm saying I've got good guys at this club, good people. I've maybe got one or two rascals, but I've not got no bad apples in that dressing room. They all want the same thing, and that gives us a chance.
John, the way you're talking about the squad, there was so much positivity there. Do you feel if they just get one result, they could go on a run?
Well, it's small things, Charles. Yeah, it's 100%. It's taking it. And even a performance, Charles. A team performance that you say, and it might not get us, but you've set your benchmark. So now, and then it's my job, that's where I can jump on it and say, we're not coming underneath that, and set the standard and then demands and work them. It's important as well that we get everybody on the training pitch. I need bodies, I need numbers to pick from, and we've got one or two in that injury room. We need to get them back on the training pitch. But a good bunch. I'm honest enough to tell you, very honest, authentic, want to learn. Guys already banging on my door, asking questions. That's what I like. And then I'm in there. I'm so keep my fingers crossed that we just get that wee bit of luck that can kickstart us, as you say. And if it happens, then I'm all over it. Right, there we go. And as I say, Charles, it might be in a performance. It might be a performance that just say, right, that's it. And it'll have to be, we're playing against a right good Celtic team. No matter what, a right good Celtic team, I think will be absolutely flying after winning the Scottish Cup.
John, does your Cali Thistle success feel like quite a long time ago now? And do you think history reflects that success accurately? For example, third in a Scottish Cup, that's a phenomenal season, better than what Steve Clarke had that season at Kilmarnock, for example. It just seems to go under the radar slightly.
Well, I'll tell you, but that's football. If you stop and sort of dwell on it, I think you get stuck. I think you have to move on. It's in the past and it's history. It's for other people to talk about. I'm quite a humble guy, but to answer your question, yeah. But it's the style of football that we played. I think it goes. We're doing what we do is the hardest thing to coach. That's the hardest thing to coach. Coach your football, and to have the success that we had in terms of the League Cup final the year before, it goes unnoticed. The Scottish Cup final, third in the league. It was absolutely fantastic. But nothing to do with me. It was the players that done it. It was the players. I got what I'm talking about. You know, I got in there, got the gold dust on them. Come on, let's change the style about a wee bit. They all went, oh, I like this. You know, no, I like this, a wee bit different style with Terry, where he liked to play the game in the other team's half, where I like to play at the back. I like to, and that's what I'm saying. The boys gave me a right good buy into it, and I got lucky. Look at the players I was working with. You know, it went on to bigger and better things. Christie's, Shinneys, Watkins, you know, Tansies. And I've got lucky here as well when I've come in here. And what I'm seeing, I've still got 3 or 4 of my old Inverness boys now up here. And when I was doing all my work this morning in my shape, they're helping me out. Because it was like, oh, got it. And I'm just saying, aye, these guys have got it. So after the training, pulling them in, you've got a big part to play, educate, you're working in him, you work with him. You need to sit and what you see you sit doing talking, because if he's doing that, you need to bail him out. If you do that, so it's all partnership and all about the pitches. So it's been great, and as I say, great times up in the Highlands. Absolutely love it, but we need to turn this place into a siege mentality.
So the transition from the way that the county boys have been playing to the way that you want them to play, it's conceivable then to get that done before it's too late?
Well, believe it or no, if you look at the game on Saturday and all the other games and me coming in and doing my due diligence and asking the questions, have you seen Ross County play right good football? Stuart had them playing right good football. But the problem is, sometimes we're too expansive and we're losing goals. You know, you have to know. So every one of my players, and it might not happen, right? Because in terms of the way we're doing, in terms of the short period of what we've got and getting so much information into them, but not too much that you're bamboozling them. You have to let them go and express themselves and go and play. You know, we need to keep that back door shut, that's for sure. So it's going to play football, try to take the game to them, but, you know, just being a little bit more resolute in what we're doing and not so much gung ho and try to score a goal. Hamilton come and pick their pocket on Saturday. We kind of let that happen, be the best team and get our pocket picked. Kind of let that happen. We still want to be the best team and dominate the ball no matter where we go. And it's all in place. That's what I was saying with Stuart. It's all in place. When I'm working on all the stuff this morning, how to ball retention and keeping the ball, that's what I'm saying. The boys are getting it. They're getting it. There's good players here and there's good experience. I just need to help them along. And as Charles' question says there, and I've said to the boys, don't be afraid to get everything you've got. Everything you've got, be brave, get on the ball, and you get nothing for it. Because some say, well, you know, don't get despondent because we go again, and that just wee lucky break might come for us. And we're off and running, and hopefully it happens on Wednesday.
Okay, guys, written press.
Oh.